I'm back with another Baby Keem, Don Toliver type melody. Swagalicious.
Diddly doo doo.
But when I first was making this melody, I literally pulled out this MIDI. Shout out to Big Lou. And the sound that you hear is the Strawberry Flutes preset with the Mellotron 5. It was giving me like a very soulful kind of progression, so I wanted to use more melodic, very natural sounding instruments. I didn't really apply any effects to it. I just like the rawness of the sound. Next, I got this bass one shot out of my one shot pack. Get that at patillo.gumroad.com. It's called Fret Bass. It's like a realistic bass guitar. And I literally like
played it so it sound realistic.
But I laid down a basic guitar pattern just to follow the chords from the chord progression. And then once I rendered the chord progression, I added it to the mixer and I added a fruity parametric EQ. I took out a lot of high end and I took out a little bit of low end, more in the sub region of the bass. And then I added a decapitator and I kind of tweaked with the default settings, make it sound a little bit harder. Next, I created this crazy counter melody. Like, it's hella crazy. I designed this Mellotron preset called King's Disease using some one shots, and I laid down this crazy like counter melody. Effects wise, I added an Echo Boy Jr. and I used the Cheap Tape 16 slap. The one shots were processed enough, so I just kind of wanted to add a slight delay to the one shot that I processed further within the Mellotron. So I just only added this Echo Boy Jr. to kind of give it some movement. It's already coming together pretty nicely. But after that, I needed to add some vocals. You know, I was really vibing to what I had so far. And so after this, I just was like kind of humming some lyrics to myself, and I just was in the moment. Lost in this dream, I ain't dreaming. Lost in this world, I ain't seeing. Lost in these clouds, I ain't being. I'm lost in my soul, I ain't dreaming. Lost in a dream, I ain't dreaming. Lost in the songs I ain't seeing. Looking through clouds I ain't feeling. Looking through clouds I ain't seeing. That's like so tight, bro. Like, but to kind of brighten the vocal up, I added the Solstice Patillo preset from my synthesis bank, and then I added a fruity parametric EQ, and I took out mad low end all the way up to the low mids, and then I added it to a bus, and I added a Valhalla vintage verb. I added the medium ambience preset. The vocals definitely brought it to life. But after that, I added some brass hits to the beginning of the vocal for when the verse comes in. Yeah, literally got this one shot out of my one shot pack called the Plate Brass, and I just added it to the mixer. I added the Valhalla Vintage Verb, added the Small Chamber 1 preset. And so basically, I like the same chords that I had for the beginning of the sample. So I copied and pasted those same chords into a piano. It's actually a piano one shot that's a part of my one shot pack as well. And then I literally added it to the mixer. I added a sketch cassette too, and I tampered with the default settings to kind of give it a unique sound.
Then I added
Echo Boy Jr. and I added my Echo Boy Jr. preset. Plex added flanger,
which kind of like gave it like a more unique
tinge, like. But yeah, I just kind of added like a counter melody to kind of help transition the piano chord progression. And then I actually found this guitar pad, which was a one-shot in Loner's Layers pack that came out. Yeah, but it's crazy. But the last thing I added was this acoustic pluck sound from my one-shot pack as well. I added some compression first to kind of compress the sound so it can sit better in the mix. And I used this as kind of like an initial pluck sound for the beginning of the melody. I added some chorus to the sound using my preset Chorus Blast 1000X.